Welcome back, everyone.
If you're new here, I'm Jess, this is John, and we've stopped van life in Australia for a bit in Malaysia.
After 3 months adventuring in Australia, we put our trusty little van up for sale, and quick as a flash, she was sold. With unexpected time on our hands, we thought why not make the most of our time on this side of the world and set off on a Malaysian adventure. After the barren and remote landscapes of the northwest of Australia, we don't think we could have found more of a contrast than this beautiful bustling jungle. So stow your tray table and make sure your seatbelt is fastened. Let's do this.
So, we're in Kuala Lumpur and we've got 3 weeks in Malaysia. We want to try and see as much of the country as we possibly can, but we also have no plans, which for anyone who knows me, knows that is not how we usually roll. I normally have a plan to make a plan. So we're just flying by the seat of our pants and we're going to see what this incredible country has to offer. But first, before we head out on the road, let's explore Kuala Lumpur.
One thing that's quite common in Malaysia is all your lampposts and your traffic lights obviously get a lot of work done on them quite often. It's a Sparky's nightmare.
Our next stop is the Thian Hau Buddhist Temple. It's ever so slightly out of the main tourist district of Kuala Lumpur. So the smartest way to get here probably be get a grab, go on the monorail. We walked for ages down a boring old motorway, but we're here now, so let's have a look.
So we're here in Ramadan.
And for anyone who doesn't know, the majority of the Malaysian population is Muslim. So the restaurants and stuff, for a country that's well known for its food, the restaurants and things are a little bit thin on the ground during the day at the moment.
There still is a lot of people eating, and it's not just English people either.
It's a multicultural city.
So it's good that they cater for you, but apparently the night is where it's at, because we spoke to someone and they said they stop eating about 5:30 in the morning, so they have a little snack maybe when they get up, and then they don't eat till about 6:30, 7:30 at night, which to me is just normal. Like, I do that a lot. For me, that's just called intermittent fasting.
No, for me that is extreme.
Jess is not
religious practice.
Jess's religious practice is
eating.
Eat. That was our first experience in a Malaysian supermarket anyway.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Malaysians are people after my own heart. They have chocolate and lollies and sweets galore.
Yeah, Jess nearly bought the shop. But when you go in, they cable tie your backpack closed, so you like the zippers, so you can't rob stuff, so that must be a common thing.
Yeah.
And then when you buy it, you get a plastic bag and they cable tie that as well. But what I did like is we got 2 cold drinks and we didn't even have to say anything, and the woman knew not to put them in. And then they put a little sticker on your drink as well to say you paid for it. So they're a bit a bit safety conscious here anyway.
Yeah, a bit savvy. But one thing I did really, what is really lovely, is we try really hard when we go to another country to learn please and thank you and how much. But everyone's English is fantastic, which, you know, I love trying to learn another language, but it makes it so much easier, doesn't it? When people can understand you, like when you're looking for sunscreen or something, that's not a word you necessarily learn before you come.
And they also all seem to listen to radio, English radio, and on their phones and that, it's all English on there as well. And like I say, we haven't met anyone yet that doesn't speak English really.
No, and everyone's been so friendly and so lovely. Apart from one shop John did try going this morning.
We went in for a camera spare and he was like, what you want? What you want? I was like, you got this? He was like, no, I don't do spares. I was like, okay, see ya. Obviously having a bad day.
But other than that, everyone's been absolutely lovely. We love to walk around a place to see it. That's a favourite thing to do. When we go to a city, we walk for miles and miles and see the place.
But another reason Jess loves that is because the more she walks, she thinks the more she can eat.
Oh yeah, definitely. But Malaysia is a little bit steamy.
Yeah, Jess ain't a fan again. She is hot because it's about 35 today. It ain't too hot, but the humidity is next level.
Yeah. So we wondered when we first set out walking why there wasn't anyone else walking. We know now.
Yeah.
We are lucky we've been under the shower, but we're just walking.
But you don't get taxis here. You don't get Ubers. They're called Grabs.
Yes, works exactly the same as Uber. So I think we'll be getting one of those after we've been on our next stop.
We're going to grab a grab. So we've made it to the butterfly park.
Yeah.
And I've done loads of research, as I normally do. And I found out that this is the biggest butterfly park in the world.
So full of rubbish. I did the research. But yes, it is supposed to be the biggest butterfly park in the world.
But it's £5 each to get in, that's £5. And yeah, you just walk around, they've got all nets around it to keep the butterflies in. And it's a beautiful little like oasis, isn't it?
Tropical oasis, so it's still pretty steamy, I will say.
Yeah.
But yeah, beautiful little tropical garden
as well.
very much.
Oh, mate, thank you very much.
It was really lovely to meet you.
Good to meet you. Cheers, mate. We're all refreshed.
Yeah, we popped back to the hotel for some AC and a bit of a shower.
Yeah, well, it's a real tropical climate here. Obviously, I was saying earlier it was quite humid, but it's like thunderstorms most days, and when it rains here,
it rains.
It rains. So, yeah, we got out the grab at the hotel, and about 2 minutes later, it started chucking it down. So,
absolutely pouring.
So we managed to dodge that one, but yeah, we're going to go back out to town at the minute, and like I say, apparently it's meant to be popping. So.
Yeah, although it's not quite the end of fasting just yet, but it should be quite good tonight. Really excited for that. And obviously my favourite activity, getting some food. Let's try this.
If anybody doesn't know, Jess isn't the best with trying like different foods.
Well, no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Oh, she's good at trying the foods, but then she just gets ill from trying.
All the time.
So it's a bit.
I get a D in the day.
We might not be filming tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Jess reckons that she said it was chicken's arse, and we've just tried it. It's a bit chewy, so she might have been right. Jess has bailed. Have I got it all in my face?
I don't know, have I?
Yeah, Jess has bailed. She's not having it. It's the chewiest meat I've ever tried, eh?
In my whole life. But it could have been amazing. You didn't know if you don't try.
We just had to go buy a load of drinks.
Wash away the taste of the chicken's anus. Take 2. It's pouring with rain, but we've got some shawarmas and they're delicious. Remember how we said it doesn't rain? It pours!
Sitting by the fireside, really feeling that I like every little time that I get a chance to close my eyes. If you're gonna make it.
It stopped raining.
Finally. After the streets turning into a river, they're now all dry and fresh and clean. And I tell you for why. We went into Decathlon and we bought some waterproofs. That's how you make it stop raining, innit?
So hopefully it won't rain again this whole trip. But yeah, we're at the Petronas Twin Towers at the minute, and they're the tallest twin towers in the world, and they are unbelievable.
Yeah.
They are really a sight to see.
And then in the lake in front of it, they've got this fountain show that they do in the evening, and it is magic.
Yeah.
Like, we'd pay to see it, and it's free.
Yeah, we've already seen it once, and we're gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this whole place around here is beautiful in the day, but at night it really comes alive. So if you ever do come here, just come here at night, if that's the only time you can get to come and see it, because it's incredible.
And the temperature is perfect in the evening.
I think this has got to be
beautiful.
one of the best places we've ever been to a city at night.
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels really safe as well.
Yeah.
It's well lit, there's police everywhere. Yeah, I couldn't recommend it highly enough. So we're going to enjoy this second showing of the light show, because we love it so much we're watching it twice, and then dessert.
I've given everything. I just wanna live in bliss. Baby, can you grab this wish? You're the piece that might just fit in my puzzle that's in bits. You be looking over like you really know me. Maybe take a picture, take a couple, guess it's free.
Well, she's happy anyway.
I am a happy girl. Durian cakes for the win. Street food attempt number 3 was a success.
They're like Yorkshire puddings full of chocolate.
Oh, amazing. I love them.
So, but we're going to eat these now anyway, and then make our way back to the hotel. So we'll pick you up in the morning anyway.
See you then.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So we're off to Chinatown this morning.
We are indeed.
We've got to get Jess some clothes.
Well, I've only got like Australian suitable clothes, so I don't have any clothes that I can go into temples and things with. So I need to get things to cover me up a bit more.
Yeah, well, you need to tell them where we're going.
Oh yes, we are going to, after Chinatown, head to Batu Caves, which is just outside of the city, and it's a holy temple in these caves. It's supposed to be beautiful, so let's see, eh?
So we just got to the Batu Caves, but the old grab driver was a legend.
He was so cool.
He gave us loads of real good information, but every grab driver we've had have been real helpful.
Yeah.
Like
and they love talking to us. So nice.
But he was saying the fuel here is 40 pence a litre.
How mad is that?
He reckons the government actually subsidise the fuel, so
Yeah.
who on the government?
Yeah, he says it's second cheapest in the world, because it was actually cheaper for us to get a grab here than to get the train. Like, I looked up the train tickets, and because there's 2 of us, it's cheaper to get private driven. Amazing.
Let's go check out these Batu Caves anyway.
that was the Batu Caves.
Yeah, but I've got mixed feelings about it, really.
Yeah, like it's an incredible natural site, and thinking about how on earth they built these temples here and these steps and everything is amazing.
But normally I'm against charging to see sites. Like in Australia, they charge you $15 a car just to go in every single national park, which I think is a bit of a rip-off, really. But then at the same time, it's beautiful. Like every single
for
place.
the upkeep and the maintenance and the conservation.
Whereas here, that's what I think it needs. I think it needs maintenance and upkeep because it's pretty run down and rubbish everywhere.
Rubbish, which makes me so cross.
Yeah, so even if they charge $1 for every person that comes here, I mean, they'd make a fortune today. And obviously, what it costs to pay somebody in this country is so little. They would literally have this gleaming.
And the reason it's run down is because there's so many tourists. You know, the people who are coming here to, you know, take part in their religious rituals, they're not the ones leaving rubbish at a temple and stuff like that. So, I mean, a big difference would be if people weren't filthy animals and didn't throw rubbish on the ground.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, but it's still definitely worth coming to have a look at. It's and even the view from the top of the city is amazing. But yeah, it's a bit sad to see when people kind of treat something with such little respect.
Yeah.
Of course, we've stopped for my favourite activity, a bit of food. We're at a place called the Banana Leaf Cafe. I've got nasi lemak, which is like the national dish, and John's got some kind of triple curry thing that they let you try. So, dead excited for this. And instead of plates, we've got banana leaves. It's delicious too.
This one's for you, Nick. How's this for a bit of health and safety? Would we have had this at the parade? We've got a car.
We're on the road again.
We just had to. We absolutely love driving around a place. I honestly think it's the best way to see somewhere because you get to go all the little towns and see all the back streets and just can't beat it.
Well, when we were at the Batu Caves, like we had to lug both our bags there because we checked out the hotel. So you got all your gear, you get out of the grab, and then you just did a bit of no man's land and just wanted to go to the tea plantations, which is about 2 hours on a grab or 5 hours on a train.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing else around it. So once you get there, you then got to go somewhere else. So when you got a car, you just do what you want when you want.
Yeah, like you don't want to miss the scenes, but then do you want to spend all that time to then go somewhere for, like, if you're like us, 20 minutes or so, and then the next place? So it was, sorry we didn't film the process, but it was a bit fraught, maybe? I don't know, a bit of a drama.
They're not the best for insurance here. They were just like, don't worry about insurance. Like, if you have an accident, you might have to pay a 7,000 ringgit, but we'll see.
Could be more.
It was like that, but
less.
how much would it? Yeah, they're just nightmares. So we finally found a place anyway that do us insurance.
Yeah, and they were brilliant. So we've got our beauty little Proton.
Yeah, and if you've never driven in countries like this in Asia, you've just got to be ruthless. Like, you just push out. You don't indicate and wait. You just like go because they won't wait for you.
And like the traffic, so we drove a tuk-tuk in Sri Lanka, and when you first get here, they're like, oh my goodness, this is wild. But I honestly think that, like, Asian countries, the traffic works better than in Europe and stuff because everyone just kind of moves around each other and it's very rarely just completely stagnant.
Hopefully we won't be replaying this clip when we've had an accident.
But in the meantime, I found some waterfalls on Google Maps. Don't know if they'd be any good. Don't even remember what they're called. But we've got a car, so we can go wherever we want. So let's get the show on the road. So we are at Kanching Falls, it's called. And it's supposed to be like a series of waterfalls with little pools, and it's lovely. But oh my goodness, I have never seen so many monkeys in all my life.
Yeah, you got to be careful though, because one just charged Jess.
He did. I went up to say hello, and he was having none of that. So, but then some of them are super mellow. So I'm actually walking holding a stick. Not that I plan to use the stick. It's more just so I can poke him away if he does chase me.
Yeah, but it's only what was it, £4 to get in here?
Yeah, £4 for like both of us, like total. So that's the car parking and everything. But look at these monkeys. Look, they're playing in the water and swimming. place this is.
The monkeys, like, this isn't fenced in or anything like that. It's just, right on the side
wild.
of it's almost on the side of a motorway, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and just a bit of jungle. It's unbelievable. Only half an hour from KL city central. Like, talk about concrete jungle to like proper jungle. Just absolutely mind blowing.
The only one bad thing is, like, sort of always the rubbish is quite bad.
Breaks my heart, really does.
We were saying it'd be brilliant to get this place and just like tidy it up and
just get rid of all the rubbish.
It just amazes me how people don't realise that they've got such an amazing place, but yet they still destroy it.
Yeah,
but,
and just all over the world, like in the UK, like it drives me mental driving down the road in the UK. You just see all the rubbish, you just think, put it in a bin.
One thing I would say, a lot of it looks like there's rubbish bins everywhere. And I think the monkeys get in them. So,
and actually, I saw a brilliant thing once, which was someone was having to go about the bins in Yellowstone National Park in America. And the sign said, the unfortunate thing is, there is a very big crossover between the smartest of the animals and the dumbest of the humans. But anyway, amazing place.
Yeah.
Oh, so we are back in the AC. As much as that was beautiful, I'm so grateful to have a car. And we're on the expressway. So that was a toll booth that we went through. There's quite a few toll roads over here.
And we got the old touch and go card. Now you get these from a Petronas fuel station or the train station.
Yeah, because you can use them for public transport as well. So they're just a little prepaid card, and they just make it so much quicker and easier. And I have to say, these express roads, like the toll roads, are really good. The other roads we've been on so far are good, but these are like smooth as a baby's bum.
Yeah.
So we're off to Kuala Selangor, which is a little coastal town, and it's famous for fireflies. So I'm really hoping we can hop on a tour, because of course we have no hotel booked, no tour booked, nothing. But I think we'll figure it out, won't we, boy?
If not, we're sleeping in the car.
Should be right. We've made it to Kuala Selangor, and this is why we hire a car. This is not a place on the tourist trail.
Yeah, everyone's pointing at us and laughing, so you always know if that happens, that's a good spot that you're in.
I was just filming a little cat that was like the cat that got the cream, except for it was the cat that was in the fish market. And he was so happy with himself, and they were all laughing at me and stuff. So that's why we come to these places though, isn't it? Because it's somewhere just completely different.
But we found a hotel around here anyway. So we're going to check in there in a bit. We're just going to grab some food and then head off to the old Firefly.
Because shocker, I'm starving.
I just realised I haven't shown you the old girl. She's a Proton Saga. Got air conditioning, parking sensors. She's a beast. The only thing is, when you get these more local spots, when we come to eat here, we don't know a clue what we're ordering.
So I've ordered passion fruit jelly ice, which looks like it has lumps of jelly in it for a drink.
And this is lemon jelly ice, and literally there's jelly in it. And I don't know.
Should we try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
I mean, it's delicious, but it's literally liquid jelly with like lumps of jelly in it. Something different to try anyway. After the jelly drink fun times, we've decided to go with the safer option, and we've got some kind of butter chicken, but it's not like Indian butter chicken. It's not something I've ever tried before. And some sweet and sour.
Yes, we've gone back getting crab.
I love soft shell crab. Give this a go, eh? Absolutely delicious. So good. I haven't tried the butter chicken yet though.
We checked into our hotel and were stoked to find they offered Firefly tours for £8 each, which was as cheap as I could find them on the internet. They arranged for a boat to collect us from the jetty at the back of our hotel, and we took off up the Selangor River in a speedboat. There is something special about seeing a place in the water, especially at twilight. About 15 minutes up the river, the skipper turned the lights and the engine off, and everyone fell silent. Gradually, from within the bushes, little lights began to flicker, going brighter and in number by the second until the mangroves were alive with dancing fireflies. It was a truly magical experience and one we'll never forget.